If you just started a brand new pressure washing business, then try this.
Kiss my ass. Hey, honestly, just shut up.
What's up, y'all? It's Jeffrey here with J Morgan Pressure Wash, and really quick, I want to talk about targeting one specific pressure washing service. But make sure you watch until the end, especially if you're a beginner, because I got 2 tips in here that will help you grow your business fast. So if you're brand new to the pressure washing business, then I suggest choosing one specific pressure washing service and focusing all your attention on that. Look, everybody wants the big shiny rig, the full complete skid that's going to allow you to go out there and complete any and every job. And that's all good and great, but even if you can complete any and every job, does not mean you need to be marketing towards any and every job. There are so many benefits to targeting only one specific pressure washing service when starting your business. It's going to help you save money when buying equipment, and it's going to help you save money in marketing. When you're brand new to pressure washing, it's very easy to get overwhelmed at all the different applications you can get done with a pressure washer and a soft wash system, and you'll start to think you can't even start your business until you have all the equipment to do all of these jobs. But truth be told, you are way better off on choosing one specific service and build your budget based on that. You're going to only buy the tools and equipment necessary to complete this one pressure washing service quickly and efficiently as possible. This is also going to allow you to optimize your time when you look for equipment so that you get the best value. Like I said, it's easy to get overwhelmed and think that you need every pressure washing upgrade known to man, but then you start spending outside your budget for probably something you won't even use unless you're specifically targeting towards that service. And let's talk about that marketing now. When you're targeting only one specific service, you're going to learn very quickly what works and what doesn't. For example, I chose mobile home washing, and we'll get into more detail on why I chose that here in a second, but I also chose to do a flat rate, and I used that price as my selling point. I put the price at the top of my yard signs in the biggest font, and it converts a lot of sales for me. But you might not want to do mobile homes depending on where you live and depending on what's in high demand in your area. A flat rate business type might not be the best for you. So do your research, figure out what the pricing is in your area. But I also suggest maybe doing a starting price, because the price as a selling point, I think, can be very effective. And there's a lot more benefits to it that we'll get to in just a second. But if you are doing, driveway wash, roof wash, gutter cleaning, and that's the service you want to target, I would still suggest putting that starting price as your biggest font on your yard signs or on your postcards or all your different marketing tactics. Once you choose the one service that you're going to target for pressure washing, now you can start using your entire ad budget on different marketing tactics. And make sure you keep tabs on which ones are working for you as well as which ones have the best value. And so a little more on why I chose mobile homes to be the one service that I focused all my marketing on. For one, I'm surrounded by a crap ton of them. I mean, literally 360 degrees. They're everywhere over here. And I just thought to myself, let me do a flat rate so I can put that price right up front and center and make some yard signs. Go to, these areas where they're out in the rural country just lined up for miles, so I'll hit those country roads and blast them with some yard signs, and sure enough, started getting tons of calls. And I might have said it before, but it pretty much pre-qualifies your customer. They don't call me to say, what's the price? They call me to say, when can you come do it? And another thing I had thought about is that, mobile homes aren't built with garages attached to them, they don't have basements for storage. They're built off the ground, so you have to have like a deck and wooden steps to get to your front door. So there's 3 things right there that could be potentially add-ons, up your ticket sales. And for me, my average ticket is about $200 on mobile home washes because of those add-ons. So I really like that business model. You're giving your discount up front, and then add-ons are full price, and the customers are more willing to do those add-ons because they're saving money. They probably got more money in their budget to spend. Also, the more established pressure washing businesses around here don't really care to fool with mobile home washing as far as I know, or if they do, they're overcharging them or charging more than I am, at least. Even some of those new guys around town, there's some stigma against mobile homes sometimes. They only think poor trailer trash people live in them, but honestly, you'd be surprised how many hard-working blue-collar people live in mobile homes. And so that leaves opportunities for people like me or people that are starting new businesses to come in, offer a discounted flat rate, and get a bunch of business. And the number one reason I push it to new beginners to go out and focus just on mobile home washing is the experience you get at a very low risk. You're not working on a $500,000 home, so if you tear up some property, you're not going to bankrupt the business, you know what I mean? And there's still just the same building materials that you would find at a regular house wash. I've done brick skirting on mobile homes, believe it or not. And then you got the wood deck, so you get a lot of wood restoration, wood cleaning experience. And there's also concrete driveways, carport, roof washing. I do lots of metal roof washing on mobile homes and some shingle roof washing. The list just goes on and on. You get the same amount of experience with all the same materials that you would at a regular house wash, but low risk and also more room for error because it's a smaller job. See, when you're first starting out, like myself when I started out, I definitely took on jobs outside of my scope sometimes, and it took me way too long to get done with the equipment that I had, and I either broke even or lost money on that job. And so it allowed you to test your equipment, make sure that it's up to par and efficient, and gets done with the job quickly. And the top two tools that I highly recommend if you want to do mobile home washing and you want to get done with them quickly, you're going to need to get yourself a high draw chemical downstream injector, either the GP high draw downstream injector, which comes at downstreams at 20%, or I have the Super Sud Sucker downstream injector that downstreams up to 30%, which honestly is way too much for the vinyl siding on mobile home. I have to dilute the bleach down. You would also have to dilute it down with a 20% as well, but go ahead and get yourself high draw because sometimes you come across some that are crazy dirty and you want that bleach hot. And then it allows you to use other chemicals like wood cleaners and degreasers and stuff, and use your chemical injector to apply it at a high draw rate. So the other tool is going to be the X-Jet. Same thing. This is just going to be a tip that goes at the end of your nozzle or your wand, I mean, and it's got a bunch of different tips in it that you can change out to have different draw rates. And both of these tools are going to allow you to get the soap on there as quick as possible, let it do its thing, and then you come back and rinse. Rinse time is another huge thing as well. Rinse time is actually the most time you're going to be spending doing pressure washing. So the higher the GPM, the faster you're going to be able to rinse. So keep that in mind. I recommend a 4-gallon per minute pressure washer at least. And those two tools that I just mentioned are for pressure washing. You can do this type of cleaning with a soft wash pump, but I truly recommend doing it with a pressure washer and then just using low pressure tips and getting into remote downstream injector bypasses and stuff like that. I'll get into more of that detailed stuff in videos to come. But for right now, we're just keeping it simple. So get yourself a chemical injector or X-Jet. But before we go, here's a couple big tips on how to grow your business fast. First things first, you need to get your Google My Business page going. That way people can start leaving reviews. And whenever you go to give a invoice or a receipt at the end of the job, I also have thank you cards that I give that have QR codes that they can scan, and it takes them straight to our Google review page. I also, have a few things I say where I highly encourage them to give us a 5-star Google review, but that makes it so much easier, and it works really well. Another thing is rebook right away. I go ahead and rebook them a year out, and when I'm giving them that stuff after the job, I let them know that, hey, in about a year I'll be reaching out to see if it's ready for another wash. And of course, they're not obligated, but you should see their reaction. They're super happy to hear that you're going to actually reach back out to them instead of them having to keep up with who you are, what your business name is, your phone number, all that stuff. So they really appreciate that, and do it. Put it in your calendar, reach back out to them next year. When you call them, they're going to appreciate it so much, they're most likely going to rebook right then. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you found some value in it. Please hit the like, share, subscribe, comment, all that nonsense. And this is a new channel. The focus is going to be helping new beginners in pressure washing, new startup pressure washing businesses. I love talking about it, startup businesses in general. So if any of you out there looking to start a new business and got some questions on it, let me know down in the comments. If you need help understanding anything, here's some lingo, some topics you aren't really grasping the whole point of things, ask me down in the comments. That's my favorite thing to answer. really bothered me when I was getting into it, all the lingo and stuff I didn't understand. And it makes a huge difference. You'll really start making some money once you start understanding all these different things and how you use these different techniques and stuff. So anyways, that's it guys. Could talk about it forever, but hope you guys have a good one. And until next time, deuces.